What's up, crew excellence? What up to y'all, man? I'm back, man. I'm super excited to be on another episode of the Ladder Podcast, and I got a guest with me, so it's gonna be a dope episode. Get your pen and notepads out. He gonna drop some gems for y'all that's gonna be incredible. And yeah, I'm putting some pressure on him, but he gonna deliver, man. He gonna deliver. So I want to make sure that you know what you're here for. The ladder is all about leadership. It's about taking whatever capacity the Lord has given you, wherever he has sent you, and allowing you to be the leader that he's called you to be. And so today we're going to get to peel back the curtain on somebody who I just got the privilege of meeting, but I already recognize like his incredible leadership capability and what his goal and plan is for the city. I'm like, bro, let me be a part of it somehow. And so I'm super excited to have him sharing this space with me today. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce DJ, man.
Yo, what's going on,
up,
man? Yeah,
welcome
thanks
to the
for having
ladder,
me, bro.
man.
I appreciate it.
And so one thing I always like to start with is I always want people to know 3 things about you before we get into it. So what's 3 things that people should know about you before we jump into the episode?
Man, like pertaining to anything?
Yeah.
Oh.
You get to choose.
Man, dang. Originally from KC. Been moved around a little bit.
Okay.
You know, the last 6 years just moved back. Have a podcast of my own.
Okay.
You know, out in Austin. And then, I don't know. Like, I think that, like, business-wise, I feel like I'm locked in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm locked in. I'm zeroed in, tunneled in. So, you know, I'm excited for the great things that are coming. So,
No, I love that. I love that. Because I love that you saying, like, that's something important, you know, for people to know. Is like, hey, I'm in that zone.
yeah,
Like,
no, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird mindset to be in. Like,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like I'm discovering that about myself of how locked in I am right now. So, yeah.
That's cool. That's super dope. And so one of the things that we love to talk about here on the ladder is leadership. And one of my favorite questions to ask my guests is when did you first uncover the fact that you were a leader? So when did you like realize like, oh shoot, I'm a leader?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when I was a kid, like, you know, as a lot of people and my friends make fun of me all the time because I was really the corny friend because the stuff that you would do as a teen, I wasn't into.
Yeah.
You know, the drinking, the smoking, stuff like that. I was like, I remember when I was in college, I was the kid showing up with Martinelli's, like, just drinking.
Yeah,
like,
champagne
like,
glass
yeah,
with
I'm
the Martinelli.
The Andy Minnie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? That was right when that song came out.
Cool.
It was crazy.
That's
but
cool.
It's like, man, DJ the only person I know that would come into a party with alcohol, whatever, with an apple cider and just
Come on now and turn up. Have
but
a
you
good
know,
time.
it's just like one of those things where like I get to create my own agenda. I'm not a big person on like I follow, like I'm a respectful person, but I'm not a person that kind of follows social norms. I'm not a person that follow, you know, I'm not a rule follower, so to speak. So, you know, I always would try to like separate myself in that way, in a respectful way. Just kind of fits me. So
got you. So what I heard is like, man, I figured out I was a leader because I was different. And so like it sounded like you had to kind of figure out kind of how to navigate your own path.
Yeah.
What kind of gave you the confidence to do that?
You know, I feel like I grew up kind of fast. You know, my mom, she was a single mother at the time, so like I had to take care of my little sister. So it was kind of like one of those things where I feel like I grew up kind of quickly, and a lot of things that people kind of, you know, was worshiping or, you know, amplifying was just not my speed just because I was kind of in the house. So I didn't have those same desires. I kind of felt like I was an entrepreneur even in high school. Like me and my friend in high school, we were like selling like custom hats. We would embroider hats.
Oh, that's fine. You had a machine or you know how to stitch?
He did.
Okay.
And, you know, I would put my initials. It was like DNA or something like that, like Darian Nimrod Apparel. And we would sell the hats. We'll put our logo, like our high school logo on it, and we'll sell it.
Yeah.
And like people were buying them. And then or something simple as like, you know, we used to buy like a crap load of ponchos, burritos, and then resell them at the school. You feel me? Like you just do little
burrito
things.
flip. You can't go wrong with a burrito flip.
We just had to do what we had to do. And it was just kind of like, I was all about like the paper when I was a kid. You know, I knew what I wanted to do when I was in high school. I was already zeroed in, and it just kind of amplified every year that kind of went by. Just kind of stay on that goal.
I love that. And I feel like every school got the dude selling hats.
The pusher.
Everybody got the pusher. I had a guy, one of my cousins, actually on here on the earlier episode. Shout out to Stan P. He sold roses during Valentine's Day. And it's crazy because he had got the roses from church.
Yeah.
So they had a whole bunch of leftover roses from church. He was like, Pops, what you going to do with them?
Yeah.
He sold them. And it started a tradition. To this day, they sell roses at the high school.
That's crazy.
And so the student council does it now to raise money.
That's dope.
Man, he made a killing on roses.
Yeah, man.
And so it's crazy how like everybody knows somebody like that.
And that burrito thing, it was kind of a thing because it was right when Michelle Obama, was starting to change
took the healthy snacks out.
Well, she kept
Or put the healthy snacks in.
Yeah, she only kept the healthy snacks. So it was
people was hungry.
Yeah, it was like, bro, I'm not about to eat no applesauce, bro. I'm not about to eat. I'm not about to just drink this milk, bro. Like, what's the word? So
They took the pizza out. I remember that was.
They used to have the Bosco sticks. They used to have like all the good lunch stuff. And then all of a sudden it was like green beans and casserole. I'm like, this is disrespectful. And I'm on reduced lunch. Like, you feel me? I'm on reduced lunch, bro. Like, it's feeling very reduced.
Yeah. I'm getting what I'm paying for. And I
don't like it, bro. I like the value. I had the cheese pizza and the chicken sandwich. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, so, that's cool. And so you said you had zeroed in on kind of what you wanted to do early.
Yeah.
Talk me through that. What was that, and how did you lock in on that at an early age?
It's weird because when I was in high school, I was going through like a lot of identity issues because my mom moved me from the inner city to, a predominantly white neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And so it was a lot of social norms I had to kind of figure out, and I didn't really have friends like that.
Yeah.
And so like I went through a season of depression and anxiety and, identity issues. And like, it kind of got me to the point where I wanted to kind of respectfully take my own life because I did not feel like I had a
place
support. Like a support group. And so it got to the point where, my mom took me to this church and I was with this youth group and they were like, they kind of took me in, we all were kind of like made a close bond and they were, we went to our very first gospel rap concert and it was crazy because.
What was it?
Oh, it was 116 Click. Like,
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
it was the one.
Okay.
I think we was at Sheffield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I was mad because like I ain't never heard gospel rap, so I'm mad. I'm like, bro, I'm going to see 2 Chainz. Like, what you mean? You go see no Jesus, like just mad. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being transparent. You know what I'm saying? So then we go and I've never really been like a gospel song follower. Yeah. But gospel rap has really saved my life.
That's dope.
So like Andy Mineo gravitated to him because he was talking about being a misfit and these whole things. This is when like I want to say what was the first album called? Trying to remember.
Shoot, my sister gonna be mad at me. She the biggest.
I know he had Formerly Known, and then he had an album right after that. But that freshman album, he literally was talking about being a misfit and being different. And being okay with being different, and God destined us to be different, and we made him he made us in His image, so it kind of like transformed my mind to knowing that like I have to find that path on my own, and no one can validate that but God and myself, and so we started a podcast, me and my friends, called Outsiders Radio, and it was hilarious because we just knew we was gonna blow up and we didn't. We was like,
that's usually when you young. That's how it was. Like, no, this gonna
Lecrae, we gonna get Lil Wayne.
Come on,
we gonna blah 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 blah. And I'm like, all right. So we had 5 listeners. It was insane. I was just like, bro, I feel like this is all our parents and this is. And so
you listened twice, didn't you?
Right. Who got the double views? And so we got to the point where I finally we got mentored by somebody to do that did ESPN radio.
Okay.
Shout out to Karen McCoy, but she mentored us and she got us to a point where we actually made quality shows. And
that's dope.
We ended up being at Praise 95.
Okay.
And every Sunday, and it was great. But the things that we thought about doing when we first started, we actually started doing. Yeah. First interview was Triple E and KB.
Oh, that's dope.
Second interview was Lecrae. And then I finally got to meet Andy.
That's really cool.
And Words Played. And so it was kind of, and like, I didn't want that opportunity for myself. I started bringing in, young high school students or people that wanted to do media and have them do the interviews too, because I wanted them to know that, like, if you have that aspiration, you can do that, All it does is just take a shot. Like, all I did was email 116 PR, and they finally started reaching out and trusted us every time to do an interview with their people.
Wow.
So it's just like, just take the risk and do it. And like, I'm just a person that just always want to take that risk. So
yeah, no, that's super cool. And so I love that you had something and you was like, I'm gonna do it, and you just started. Yeah. Because I think a lot of people wait to start. They try to get it all figured out, and then they start. Yeah. But you was like, I'm going to start and then figure it out. Yeah. And even having the wisdom to realize, like, I need a mentor is definitely dope. Sure. And I think what mentorship does is it shortens our time to where like it might have took you 5 years to figure it out.
Yeah.
But getting a mentor now it took a year and a half.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, in that season, the radio thing, that mentor was amazing. I think when we finally started to think about putting it into a business model, that's when the struggle started to be had because there's not a lot of examples in education.
Yeah.
And so there was like a demand of putting black businesses out there, but they weren't teaching people how to do them. Like I remember I was at KCK and they were starting a program where they were just giving young students businesses like LLCs.
Wow.
You know, which is great. Yeah. However, they didn't tell us what to do once we got it. Like they was just like, yo, you got an LLC. That's what's up. Do your thing.
High five. Congrats, young man.
And then tax season came. I said, I got taxes. I ain't even do nothing yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like LLC was done in tax season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just like little things like that. And I think that like my experience kind of led to winging it.
Gotcha.
And 10 years, you know, I mean, we're over 10 years at this point.
Yeah.
I finally got to the point where, you know, I understand it now and I understand the expectations and the consistency that comes with running a business, and that was just based on the journey that I had to go through, and I wouldn't trade that 10 to 12 year journey for nothing because everybody has to wing it first.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and like people have to just be comfortable with winging it, and you burn bridges, and that's my number one thing. Is like I feel like back then I was burning bridges because I was just young, I was ignorant, but it's crazy because the same people that I may have burned a bridge with, they see me now and they now want to kind of see where that growth is kind of taking. Yeah. And so like, you know, everything happens for a reason and timing is everything. And I think that was my biggest lesson when I was younger was that timing is everything. You don't have to have it all figured out today. Yeah. If you just kind of stack your chips, now we're at the point where we can feel like we can actually win because we took that time back then. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think one of the most underrated things you said is what you understand now is the consistency it takes to build a business. Most people, most entrepreneurs are passionate about something, but they lack the discipline to be consistent. And a lot of times it's because what we need to be consistent in isn't the things we like to do.
No.
Right? Like for me, like these lights come on, let's get it. Yeah. I love this. Fact. But like posting every day, annoying. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like before I got with Nate, editing, hated it. Horrible. Like they said,
I will pay premium dollar to have somebody edit stuff.
Bro.
Like I'm not doing that.
Like, man, every month it clear. Nate, it don't matter what I gotta do. Yeah. This money clearing because I'm not editing nothing. Yeah. But like when I first started, because I did my first podcast in 2017. I had to edit. Yeah. And that's why I quit because I didn't want to edit. Yeah. But it's like if I understood like this is what it looks like to build this out, then I probably would have been able to keep going. Yeah. Because I would have had the foresight to be like, just got to do it for a while, and then you build it, then you can outsource. For sure, you can delegate.
Yeah. I mean, I was taught, early that like, the thing about integrity is to do something when people aren't watching. And that pertains to consistency. Yeah. The thing that I teach the team right now is more of the fact of what expectations are. Like, I think a lot of people believe that excellence means perfection. Yeah. But it just means that you need to give maximum effort. And then the results will follow if we continue to get 1% better. Yeah. And so, like, we have to think about every avenue of how it looks perception-wise. It's not about you being this supernova, whatever the case may be. Just be good at what you're at, and we'll build a team around it, and we're going to all be consistent in what we do. And if we all do our jobs, we will succeed. Yeah. We don't have to have it all figured out as one person, And so, you got to be like for us to be consistent, it's an expectation.
Yeah, no, it's dope. And like even like my company, so my company is the Hope Institute, and it's acronyms that are helping others pursue excellence. And so what I love to do and talk about, and the reason I bring people like yourself on here is I really am trying to get people to understand that perfection isn't the goal, because that's an impossible, unattainable object. No. But really what successful people do is wake up every day and pursue excellence. And so every day I wake up, and like you said with your team, like I need you to be your best self today, and then wake up tomorrow and be your best self tomorrow. Yeah. And it's in that consistent pursuit that we see the results.
Yeah, and I was going to agree with you. And I mean, I think it's more of the fact of like, and you have to acknowledge if you have that mindset that there's not going to be many people that are going to want to be around you. Yeah. Like, or work with you, work for you. You know what I'm saying? I give my team, a lot of credit because I know I'm not the easiest person to work for because of the fact of I expect excellence every single time, but I want it in an effort that's going to push you. A lot of people think they got it already figured out. I don't even have it figured out, and I'm the owner of the thing. Why would you think that you have it all figured out? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm giving you the grace that I will want back to me, but we're all like, when I wake up every single morning, I'm thinking about your goals. I'm thinking about my goals. I'm thinking about my wife's goals. And I'm putting that on my back to put maximum effort in towards it. But if you don't want that for yourself, then I'm putting this effort for nothing. You know what I'm saying? We all have to put it in, and it's a grind. And, you know.
And if you sign up for this, you're signing up for this standard.
Exactly.
Right? Like and that's the thing.
In orientation, that's the expectation.
This is the standard. And so I'm giving you a chance. You can or not. Like, I would love for you to.
You can let me know now. Like, let me know if you do not have that expectation for yourself. And we will find somewhere else that you can be.
100%.
But it will not be in that role. Because we expect.
Because that's the expectation. And I love that. I think that's like, one, I mean, that's just leadership, right? Like, leadership is clarity. Like, this, if you clearly set expectations, then you can hold people accountable. A lot of times I see people buck accountability, but a lot of times because leaders are unclear. And so they have the expectation moves, the goalpost is moving. And so I feel like I'm in a situation where I don't know what to expect. But if clear expectations are set, then it does give me the opportunity to be my best self.
And not only that, but like, a leader means that you have to be that example. If I'm expecting excellence from them, they got to see excellence back on me. If I'm cutting corners and asking them not to, like, I've learned that very early. Like, the people under you are going to magnify everything that you do. And one of the, you know, and a lot of people that I kind of follow in leadership, they are consistent. And they are the template of what that looks like. It's not just solely them saying it. You can see it on them.
You got to walk it like you talk it, right?
Facts.
Like, I always thought it was weird as an athlete to have coaches that was out of shape. Because it was like, it's weird for you to tell me to run.
You're telling me I'm slow, but
when I know
you can't run past me.
I know insane. You can't run. Like,
or you saying I'm weak and you can't lift.
And you can't, like, like it's got to be like some cognitive dissonance there. That is good. And I think in business, we forget about that. Like, it's so easy to see it in sports, but a lot of times we start businesses and we don't realize, like, that's super important. That's the easiest way to lose the people that in your company is if you are hypocritical in what you're asking and what you're doing. And so that's dope. I think you kind of mentioned it earlier in passing, but I want to lock into it because I think it is important as far as like your journey as a leader is, like, you left the city for a while. And so you left the city. Tell me what that experience was like, and why you have chosen now to come back.
You know, I graduated culinary school. You know, and I knew I wanted to be a chef when I was a little kid, but you know, I realized that in Kansas City that financial capability is very low. And so, again, I've told you from when I was a JIT to this point, I've been money focused. So I moved because I was chasing a bag. And, you know, ironically, a guy that is from Kansas City, he was I got moved to a restaurant down there in Texas, and he was the GM, but I didn't know he was the GM. It was kind of ironic. He was like, oh, I can get you a gig or whatever the case may be. And I'm telling him about the application process, the interviews, X, Y, and Z. And then come to find out, walk in the restaurant, he's running the restaurant.
Wow.
And he didn't say anything about it.
Wow.
You know, and he was another black man, and I never really saw a lot of black, you know, people in leadership positions in that industry yet. And so, you know, it allowed me to kind of shadow him and understand the weight of, you know, what it's going to look like to be not only a leader, but a leader of color, because those are two different paths. And seeing the weight and the stress that he had to carry, like, you know, I try to make sure that I model a lot of those stuffs back into him.
That's cool.
And we still talk to this day. You know what I'm saying? And so, and he opened up his own gin distillery, Rally Gin.
That's wild.
Yeah,
it's
the only black-owned gin in the U.S., and it's based in Kansas City. So yeah,
that's fire.
So that's a plug for you, Desmond. Just
no, that's love. That's cool.
You know, but I moved away for that, and you know, it was more of when I always. And a lot of my friends that make fun of me because they say I always place a chip on my shoulder rather than someone putting it there.
Got you.
But I'm always I'm going to prove my worth, and I'm going to take bets on myself, and I will bet on myself again and again and again. And I moved to Austin, went through COVID, And, that was hard for anybody in the service industry.
Yeah.
And I got to a point where I was working so long, I say, I don't see any advancement. And, I'm always looking towards the next thing. And, I got to the point where I was ready to take a bet on myself and become a general manager, young general manager. And, I left a job that was very comfortable in. Like, I could have worked there forever and been fine because there was no threat. I mean, I was performing, but I wanted more for myself. Burned bridges doing that. Like, I literally got raised and promotion and left that fast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Going back in time, I shouldn't have did it. But nonetheless, I shouldn't have did it. But I took a bet on myself and got an opportunity to move to Miami. Now, when I was in Austin, I went through a period of like identity, realizing that I had to live on my own, not having support. And really what that life took me towards was that, like, I had to make friends all over again. I had to be social all over again. Me and my wife actually, got married, while I was in Austin, and so building that life for myself and living selfishly while I grew up a very selfless person, trying to set boundaries. By the time I moved to Miami, I was at a point where I was like, I felt like I was renewed and rebuilt to a point of innocence. Bro, you move to Miami, you got to have a dog in you. Like, it's no innocence at all. Like,
it's no innocence in Miami.
Everybody. I remember my first week in Miami, and I'm wearing, Texans, they wear like a button-up shirt with the jeans and the shoe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They said, bro, who is this dude? Like, and why does he have this on? And like, this dude, you can't be from here. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, they was clowning me, and they was just sitting here talking about like, yeah, you're gonna get acquainted real fast here. And I literally, and this is like one of the trials and tribulations. When you take a bet on yourself, you have to factor in that you might lose. And so,
tell everybody where they can connect with you, how they can follow you. Go ahead and drop all that for me.
Yeah, I mean, Instagram, at theosc.co. And then we're on TikTok, about to be on TikTok here soon. Same thing. But yeah, I mean, tap into us anytime. We're huge into hospitality, so just go ahead and send us a DM. We would love to connect with y'all. Let's continue to grow this community, and I appreciate you for having us.
Yeah, and tell me about the event you got coming up.
Yeah, man, Ember. Ember is designed to build a intimate space and challenge you to throw away or burn away the bad habits in the past to elevate you for this new year. And so we all have habits that we need to burn, traumas that we need to burn. It's perfect during Male Mental Health Awareness Month. So we're going to try to get a lot of men in there, be vulnerable. Ladies, I mean, I'm going to tell you, OSC is predominantly women. It's like 90 to 10.
It was.
And women,
I was in that joint. You ain't lying.
And women are like, where the man at? So y'all
pull up.
Yeah, like it's a great opportunity for you guys to get there. And if you able to swag out being vulnerable at the same time, you might be a winner out there.
Come on now.
Girls,
I get you some.
So yeah, go out there and, be yourselves and enjoy yourselves. But it's going to be November 15th at Good Karma, the Black Pantry. And so we would love to see y'all there. Link is going to be in Eventbrite or on our page. So if you have any questions, come out and reach out to us.
Yeah, no, dope. So yeah, as always, y'all, so privileged that you would just hang out with us.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
That you all hung out with me and DJ for a little bit. Because y'all could be doing anything, everything. Y'all could be on TikTok watching people comb hair. My wife does it. I don't know why, but she does it. But instead, y'all hung out with us for a little bit, and I appreciate that. And until next time, I'm out of here, man. Peace. What you have just witness is just a piece of an interview that I got to record here on The Ladder. Now, one of the things I get to do on The Ladder is one of my favorite things to do is bring in different leaders from different areas, different walks of life, and to really talk about leadership in whatever capacity and drop some knowledge and some gems on you that you can use. Now, if you want to watch this full episode, it's not that hard, y'all. All you got to do is join Crew Excellence for less than a meal at Chick-fil-A. You can see the full interview and more on our website, and the link is in the description. Join Crew Excellence today. You'll get this full episode. You'll get Motivation Monday. You'll get exclusive merch drop. You'll get some lives. I'll do some lives where it's just us talking about leadership. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, oh man, we having a ball. And I'd love to have you over there at the Hope Institute in Crew Excellence because I have a group of leaders that are committed to excellence. And I know you would fit right in. So I'll see you over there. And until then, enjoy this snippet of this episode and any other interviews we have here. And until next time, peace.